Hey, you found us. Welcome to the First and Long College Football Show. We're going to get to the prediction that you clicked on here in just a second. But first, I want you to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. And do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section and tell us your prediction for the score of this game. And we invite you to come join us. We talk college football multiple times a week in the live format and video uploads, all types of content. So you got to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That way you know whenever we've got content coming your way. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much.
10:30 on Fox. We got USC at Oregon. USC is coming off of a tough loss against Washington, a loss that Caleb Williams might even deem devastating. You know, he looked pretty devastated up in the crowd with his mom and dad. But yeah, so USC, they've given up an average of 44 points in their last 6 games. That's led to the firing of their DC and longtime friend of Lincoln Riley, Alex Grinch. But I'm skeptical that a fresh start at DC will actually make a difference at all. You know, 1 week with the defense and running things your way for the new defense coordinator, I just don't think that that's going to be enough. There's not enough that you can do to prepare you, especially for an Oregon team. You know, a really tough Oregon team. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I'm not saying that USC can't win the game. I'm simply saying that USC's defense kind of is what it is at this point. So I'm skeptical of that. Speaking of Oregon, though, the Ducks have been one of the most dominant teams in college football, if not the most dominant team in college football. And they are certainly the best one-loss team in the country. And some might argue that they're like the best team in period, just in general. So, you know, and to back that up, you know, they're outscoring their opponents by an average of 31.4 points per game. I'm not sure where Michigan's at, but I would think that Michigan and Oregon are 1 and 2 in some way. Oregon playing a more difficult schedule than Michigan too. And they're averaging almost 8 yards per play on offense total and over 6 yards per play in the running game. Oregon is an absolute powerhouse this season and is going to be really hard for any team to stop, but not impossible. For USC to win this game, they are going to have to force some turnovers and field goals. I am convinced that USC is not capable of stopping an offense from scoring on any drive without a turnover. But can they take away points simply by forcing the Ducks to kick field goals on the majority of their drives or some of their drives? That's just as good as taking touchdowns away and taking points away and in a sense scoring points. But I think that Oregon, they're going to get their stops. So for USC to win this game, they're also going to have to get their stops in the red zone. I think that they do need to get some turnovers. Maybe you know, they're really good at pass rush, so maybe they get to the quarterback, force a turnover that way. You know, get Bo Nix off of his game, and maybe they could win it that way. It's going to be a really tough task and a really tall order. For Oregon, the goal is simple: protect the football and force like 2 punts, and their offense should be able to do enough to win the game. If USC has any fight left in them, they're going to score some points, but Oregon should be able to score more against, as I mentioned, a USC defense that really just doesn't do it for me. You know, that they're not very good. I don't think that USC is going to be able to get any stops. I think that they might have a lot of quit in them. And for me, I think that Oregon's about to boat race USC, and that, to me, I think that this game's like a name your number type of game for Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks. But I'm going to predict that Oregon wins this game 52-28, and that would give you the over in this game and certainly a cover for Oregon. I think that you're pretty safe betting the over in about any game that USC's in. And this one's no different because they score a lot of points and they give up a ton of points against everybody. So the over, I think, is the play again this week, as it was last week against Washington, when the over under was at like 76.5, we still hit on that number. I would go ahead and pound that one again as well.